All right, we are back again. My name is Daniel,
And my name is Mike.
and we are here today to talk about Pokemon.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, classic. It's funny that we are now calling Pokemon a classic game. I mean, it's been around for a long time. I say
Yes.
that this game, I think when I first played it, I think was back in, I would say, early 2000.
It was really back.
It,
Yes.
it was around the same time as I was kind of getting out of Magic. I think I was at that time I was already on my way out of Magic
Oh, okay.
and was looking for other game to play.
Okay.
And then Pokemon kind of was just one of the options because it was very popular,
Yeah.
but it was very popular with the younger crowd.
Of course.
But I always liked the anime.
Yeah, it was nice. I mean, the first season was great. Second season was still good, but after that it was getting,
Yeah, I mean,
tedious.
yeah. So the anime is, I would say your cookie cutter, like your hardworking,
Yeah.
not so doesn't have so much resources going up against like rich genius kids, right?
That's
like
true.
that's like the cookie cutter Japanese anime like story.
Yep.
Yeah, you have your main protagonist as somebody who's from a humble beginning,
Yeah.
right? And then he's tried really hard, just like Naruto. I think
Yeah. That's right.
it mirrors a lot like Naruto, and maybe I'd say Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball's a little different because he's an alien, right?
Yeah, and it's alien.
Yeah.
Oh, Pokemons are like aliens to me. It's like where they come from.
Yeah. What's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite.
Yeah, if you can pick like one. I know there's like a bajillion out
Oh my
there.
goodness! You put me on the spot again.
Yeah, I like to do that. So let's say you have one favorite from the show,
Okay.
and one favorite from the cards, because I think they're a little different the way they are.
True, but I think anyway, I just Pokemon in general. I think I like Snorlax.
Snorlax.
Mhm.
Snorlax is cool. Is that the anime? Both anime and cards?
Yes, both
Oh.
anime and card.
Both anime and cards. Okay. I think for me, I like. I haven't watched all the current movie and all the
Mhm.
series, but I always like Mewtwo and
Mewtwo
and
or the
Lugia.
powerful- Yep.
because they're super powerful.
Mhm.
But I think when they got translated to cards, they're not. I mean, they're not that powerful.
No.
I mean, they're not knocking out like Pokemon or anything. Like there's plenty of other Pokemon that can
True.
that can deal with them. Well, anyway, so Pokemon, the game.
Yeah. The train card. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this: How did you start playing Pokemon?
Well, first of all, because of the show, obviously.
Okay.
And then once I walked down, I believe it was Walmart.
Okay.
And then this sort of in the kids section, I saw the cards. I'm like, I gotta have it. And I was like 7 or 6.
Ah,
So it was like
okay.
still like 1996 or something around there.
Yeah, this
Beginning.
game had been around that long.
Yeah,
I mean
pretty long.
it's amazing. I'm amazed. While a lot of other card game come and goes, because you see that with Dragon Ball, you see that with I remember Shaman King,
Shaman King, and there's also Naruto card game too.
Naruto card game. Yeah, none of them actually survived because I think the mechanic wasn't as fun.
It wasn't that fun and also a bit complex, you could say. There's too much to do.
Yeah.
Pokemon is more straightforward.
Yeah.
Pokemon, add energy, play items, support, that's it.
Yeah, it's simple enough for kids to still be interested.
Yeah.
And they still keep coming out with cards.
Yeah.
Just enough cards to last.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like Magic, a lot of junk Pokemon cards. I'm like, oh.
Well, there are junk Pokemon, which I feel kind of sad. I think all of them should be able to be like trainable, like kind of like the game, right, where
Yeah,
you
true.
can train them.
Yeah.
And that's why you see a lot of competitive game with on Wii U nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of kids are playing. I think they're going to tournament for the fighting games.
Yeah, fighting game,
Yeah.
stadium, and what else? Yeah, even the 3DS game is getting popular too.
Yeah, and I think the franchise is doing really well, keeping the audience interested after all these years. I think.
Yeah, the moneymaker Pokemon.
Yeah, I think they're one of the moneymaker too. You know, not just Magic, and I think Pokemon has kept the industry. I mean, I would say the card community.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, it's like it attracts both adults and kids.
yeah,
Magic, you won't see that many kids, like
yeah,
really young kids. No, you won't see them.
yeah. I mean, kids can play,
Hmm.
but also if you played Pokemon before and you like playing card games, I think you can always just play it.
Oh, of
I mean,
course.
it's a very simple game to play. I think it's one of those simple games that you don't really need to like stress.
Yeah, don't need to stress out too much.
Yeah, you can just yeah, like you said, attach energy, play some support cards, you're good to go. All right, so I want to talk about. So, what do you like about this game?
Well, what I like is like I have my favorite character I'm playing with from the
Okay,
show,
okay,
and it's always nice when you can knock out Pokemon and you can get a prize. That is
yeah,
like very different from other games,
yeah,
card games. Yeah, that's what I like.
yeah. And I think there are other card games which give you some reward when you defeat your opponent or defeat your opponent creature. You don't see much anymore,
Hmm.
but Pokemon is one of them, which allow you to gain some card tempo.
True.
I would say if you're able to defeat your opponent Pokemon, and especially with the what you just told me about the EX Pokemon,
Yeah.
which I didn't know before. If you, I mean, they're super powerful,
Yeah.
but if you manage to knock them out, you get two rewards.
Yeah.
You
That's
get
always good.
sometimes that's a big tempo boost. I mean, that's two cards. That's two free cards.
Yeah, especially if
Yeah,
the EX opponent takes up too much energy just to be powerful, then you the advantage if you actually knock him out.
yeah, definitely. And also, I feel like the EX Pokemon are, I think, on a class of their own. I mean, they're so powerful in my opinion, but at the same time, I think it makes regular Pokemon kind of weak against them.
That's true. It sounds like Yu-Gi-Oh again to me. Putting down like a big, monster to summon you, like it's like
Yeah.
same star level 5 and he's kicking butt already. It's like okay.
Yeah, we come back to these type of games where I think yeah, like Yu-Gi-Oh, you if you are able to tribute or
Just expensive
you do
cards.
some combos, yeah, you do some combo to get as big of a minion as
Mhm.
possible.
Yeah.
You're pretty much going to win the game.
True.
You know, unless you play board wipe, but then you only allow board wipes like maybe one per deck,
Mm-hmm.
right? For Yu-Gi-Oh, so it's a little weird where
Oh,
they
they have
have
that
that.
rule? I didn't hear that before.
Yeah, I think one of the board wipe was like you can only allow one per deck.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I think maximum card size was like three cards,
Yeah.
three of a single cards, right? Yeah, so we are going to do Yu-Gi-Oh video later.
Mhm.
I just think that Yu-Gi-Oh video is a little different from all the other card game because it doesn't generate resources,
Yeah, that's true.
right? I mean, it just tributes, right?
Yeah,
You just have monsters and tribute.
Okay.
So what about the game you don't like? Is there a particular thing in a game that you don't really like about
Well,
Pokemon?
the energy sometimes you don't get the energy that you want. You play with different colors or you lack it.
Yeah,
Yeah. And also sometimes the price is a nice idea. I like it, but the thing is, what if your card that you need is inside the price
yeah,
and you kind of screwed?
yeah, yeah. I think that is one of my main pet peeve too. When it comes to this mechanic, it's kind of like a double-edged sword,
It
really.
is.
If
really
you
is.
are, the game doesn't reward you from being behind.
Mhm.
Right, if you have fallen behind, you maybe didn't draw the card that you need, and your Pokemon got knocked out. Now your opponent really have that tempo boost, and it really punishes you when you're not. I would say when you're in the losing
Yeah, true.
situation, this game really punishes you.
It does.
It's kind of tough to come back, or if you play just as powerful Pokemon, then maybe there's some back and forth.
Yeah.
But I think the game decide really. I think the even at the start, I think if your first Pokemon get knocked out, you have a really difficult time to come
Yeah.
back from that.
Especially if you see the bench Pokemon still have a big one that is like, oh, it's intimidating. You have see a big Pokemon on this side, but you don't have anything on yours. It's like, even though you knock out that Pokemon that they have out there, you still want to face another one out there.
Yeah, because you're allowed to kind of build your bench Pokemon too, and you're allowed to prep them. Yeah, it just also depends on your deck design and your draw too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really my gripe about the game too. Where I mean it's kind of tough to come back. I think when you're kind of falling behind and you really need some sort of a tempo. Unless you're playing a more powerful Pokemon, I think most chances are you're going to get steamrolled.
Yeah.
By that point. Or even like the game you guys are seeing, even my Lugia was able to knock out. Well, no, almost knock out. I didn't knock. Did I knock out? I think I did.
Nearly knocked out.
Nearly knocked out, but
Just 2 hits to be knocked out.
yeah, it would just. I wasn't unable to come back from. Once a couple of my Pokemons got knocked out, I wasn't able to come back. Coupled with a really bad draw and. Yeah, it makes it really tough.
Indeed.
Yeah. And also the way each cards are designed. I think we touched on this before with other videos of ours, where there are a lot of trash cards.
Trash cards, yes, indeed.
Yeah, because you have quite a few interesting Pokemon to play with, and I think. For me, I don't like the popular Pokemon. I like the less popular stuff.
Okay, which one you like?
I would say I like some of the less known like the ghost Pokemon.
Ghost Pokemon.
Yeah.
What, Hunter? Gengar?
Yeah, like Gengar and Hunter. I mean, they're really silly Pokemon,
Yeah, silly.
but it's really funny when you see like these the characters in the game like really scare them just because they're ghosts, right?
Yeah.
And then you just you get that scared factor. I mean, and I like playing those kind of tickery like control type decks, but Pokemon doesn't have that kind of like complex strategy. Like you're not able to say scare other Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, you can put some effect on them, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing like I can scare an active Pokemon into the bench, right? And then you're forced to have to put other bench Pokemon up. And I think there were cards that did that.
There are cards that did that. I think I did have one. It's like Gusting Wind or something. You can hit the active Pokemon, you switch to a bench Pokemon.
Yeah. Force your opponent to switch Pokemon. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played the game, and I mean I always liked playing the game, but I just haven't had a chance to play this game very often. I remember my first game I think I had like Mewtwo.
That was a very popular and powerful card back then in the beginning.
Like way back when, but then I lost to a Charizard deck.
Oh, Charizard deck is really powerful.
Because Charizard does so much damage.
Yeah, like you have 4 energy, you burn 2 off, and then you does like 120 or something.
Yeah, you got 120,
like, wow.
and I remember my Mew, I think has like 100 HP, I think.
Yeah.
90 or 100 HP. So Charizard totally like steamrolled me.
Oh.
And I thought I had a really powerful Pokemon, right? Because I had Mewtwo. I totally fried him. But I think in the anime it wouldn't happen like that, right? Mew would just like block his attack.
Psychic power, all that OP power.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's I think something we looked at a lot is to translate story. If you have like for instance Pokemon, you have an anime.
Yeah.
Right, and then you have the card game. How do you translate some of these things to the cards, right?
It's hard, in my opinion, because the way they do it is like I don't know, like the weakness, for example, it's like, in the anime or in the Game Boy game, right? It's like they have like many weaknesses, but in the card game they only have one.
Right, and I would say that for the simplicity, right?
Simplicity of the TCG.
And also the energy building. I think when you first summon your Pokemon, you don't need to like attach energy. You don't need to build energy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it can just do their attack right off the. I mean, that's the anime, right?
Yes,
Translating into the card game, maybe that's a little broken, right?
It is a little broken to me.
Because if you can do your powerful attack right away, but then again, when it comes to battle, I mean, Pokemon are allowed to dodge, right? They're allowed to dodge, they're allowed to fly, they're allowed to, which the card game doesn't do any of that, right? I mean, when you attack, it's going to hit, right? There's not really a mechanic that's going to say, okay, this attack can be dodged, this attack can be
blocked or something.
Blocked, or which in the anime you can do that. So I think at the end of the day, as a game designer, you have to, you know, do I make this simple? Do I make this complicated?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, how much complicated? But I think as a fan of the series, I think I would love to see a more complex battle Pokemon. and I think if my wish can come true, because if the designer of the game realize that a lot of your player have grown up, right? Because if you, like for you, for instance, you started very, very young, you know, and now you have progressed on to other games because you're older. What if Pokemon designer decided they want to grow the game with the community, right? With the original people, that original players that were playing back then, and now 10 years later, they make it a little more complex, or they make it a little more interesting.
That would be good.
That'd be good, right? Like what would you add or change if you have a choice? What would you change?
Oh, there's so many
about the game to make it. I mean, to make it more interesting. I would say to make it. Yeah. What would you do?
Wow. Well, you know, like some Pokemon has different. Some of them have like two different type of elemental attack, right? You could say.
Yeah.
Like one has like a fire, another one would have maybe, I don't know, like a water punch or something. Like Hitmonchan, for example.
Okay.
You know, he had like a fire punch and a lightning punch, or that. It's like, but in the card game, he's only a regular fighting Pokemon. He doesn't do those elemental attacks. So if he's fighting against a grass Pokemon, he's still, even though the card's a fire punch, it's not doing fire damage. Yeah. Something like that. It's like just to add more of the weakness into the gameplay system. Yeah.
So allow more realistic weaknesses.
Yes, like in the Game Boy version, in the anime as well.
Yeah, and then allow more evolved dynamics, I would say, right? Is that what you're saying?
Evolved dynamics? Oh, yeah.
So you can evolve your Pokemon just like how the animes gets evolved, right? Okay. I think for me, we touched that a little bit. I think if we allow Pokemon, if we allow to simulate the battle a little more realistic, for me, I think that would be really interesting. Meaning that you allow Pokemon to dodge, roll, jump, fly. I don't know how is that going to translate into the current card game, but
I think it's difficult. If it's on maybe digital way, possible, but
allow a more interesting, like maybe energy build up, right? Because you know, I mean, some Pokemon do take time to charge their energy.
Yeah,
definitely, and it is a balance, because if you take like Lugia, for instance, Lugia would beat every Pokemon on a one-on-one. I like, if you translate it straight from the anime, like I don't think anyone could have beat Lugia, because Lugia is like one of the mother of all Pokemon, right?
God.
Yeah, so there's no way like a Charizard would able to do any attack on Lugia. So I think there has to be some balance.
Yeah.
Or there's certain type of Pokemon which would not be allowed to play in the game, but that would make people mad, I think.
Of course,
because I think when people love like certain type of Pokemon or certain thing about a character, they want to see it, or maybe they want to play it. You know, it's kind of like Star Wars, but I don't want to go off on a tangent there. But players love to be Jedi, and if you don't let them be Jedi, they're gonna get mad.
That sounds like my cousin. Yes.
It's probably me if I like. Oh, what? Lugia is not in the game. Oh, okay. Then I'm not gonna play.
No.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't think I'm that immature, but
of course.
but I would say definitely if the combat can be more realistic, then I think it would open up a lot of more strategy.
Yeah.
I would think it would allow a more mature player to join, right?
Right.
But then you have to kind of balance it out to where, okay, well, this game is only kind of catered to a more older crowd now, so you're spending resources um, to well, I don't want to say this, but it's you're spending resources to weed out, your like bread and butter customer, right? Which is the young age range.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then your older crowd, you're just like, well, you can progress on to maybe something else. Yeah.
Oh, there's some actually. Yes, when I went the other day, I saw a father came in with his son just to start the game together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And I think it's because of the Japanese culture too. Because after a certain age, you stop playing, and that's I think one of the things that's a big trouble in their culture at the moment, which is this hyper intense work ethics of theirs.
Yeah.
I think once you reach a certain age, you're supposed to be studying nonstop for the university exam, right? And then after university, you're working 18, 20 hours a day.
Workaholics.
Yeah, so by the time people come out of Pokemon, you don't see people play that many games anymore, right?
Yeah.
Because of their working culture.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, I think only Americans.
Maybe.
maybe we get we get some luxury.
Right.
Yeah, but I think even, but I don't know. I mean, I've seen grown folks play fighting games and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe some folks are able to balance it out with their work life. But I think it's because probably I would say the culture actually has to do a lot with how the card game design, because tell me if there's a card game which caters to adult. I mean, I would say non-hentai wise.
Okay, I'm not in the picture then.
I mean, non-hentai card games for adults. Is there one?
Queen's Blade.
Queen's Blade?
Wait, no, that's etchy. You could say, I don't know, how etchy is hentai?
I can't really think of any. I can't think of any because after a while, you're just going to play Magic.
Maybe the Five Rings or something.
You play even after Magic, you can progress now on to Fantasy Flight stuff.
Yeah. Which
is like more mature gameplay, like Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and Netrunner.
Netrunner.
Yeah, Zercast Netrunner, and then what is it, Call of the Cthulhu? Or you progress on to miniature stuff, which is your Warhammer.
Warhammer, that's a popular one. Yep.
Yeah.
HeroClix.
Yeah, things like that. And there's HeroClix Pokemon. No, I'm sorry, Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
HeroClix. Yeah, so I think later on you progress on to not just card games. I think you progress on to a more general board games, or maybe even console games or PC games.
True.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much it for this episode. If you guys like this video, please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. If you guys have any question or comment, please leave Please leave the comment below, and I'll include the description on how to play Pokemon, and you guys can certainly look up how to play the Pokemon. Is there anything else, Mike, you want to say before we go?
Oh, thank you for watching and listening to us.
All right, guys. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.